Okay, so let's solve this problem. So in constructing truth table, these are the things you need to remember that for conjunction, if there is false, then the truth value is false. For disjunction, if there is true, then the truth value is true. For implication or conditional, if true, arrow to false, then the truth value is false. Then for biconditional, if the same truth values, then the truth value is true. And for negation, so the negation of false, that's true, and the negation of true, that's false. Then on the top of the table, so this is your guide. So always starts with the given variables, and if there are three variables, the PQR, followed by the negation of the variables, the negation of P, the negation of Q, the negation of R, then parentheses for the compound statement, the negation of parentheses, and the last column must be the given. So if we have this given and to construct a truth table, so observe that from this given, there are three variables, the P, Q, R. So always starts your table with the given variables P, Q, R, then followed by the negation of the variables. So the negation of P, since there is negation of P, then negation of Q, since on this given, no negation of Q, then this negation of Q, not part of the table, then the negation of R, so there is negation of R, the parentheses, so this is a compound statement, the negation of R and Q, then the negation of parentheses, so there is negation of parentheses, then the last column must be the given, and this is the given. So this is now the top of the table. Then this time to find the number of rows. So since there are three variables, so this is 2 to the power 3. 3 is the number of variables, and 2 to the power 3, that's 8. So this table has 8 number of rows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 number of rows. Then this time to fill out now this table, so starts with the given variables because the values for these given variables are fixed or constant. So for P, that's true, 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 true. So four truths and four false. So these values for P are fixed. Then for Q, that's true, true, false and false, true and true, false and false. And these values for Q are fixed. Then for R, so true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. So again, the values for these variables are fixed. Then this time, to find the values for this column, the not P, from the column P, so we have the negation of P. So for this row, the negation of true, since the negation of true is false, so this is false. The negation of true, that's false. The negation of true, that's false. The negation of true, that's false. Then for the negation of false, so the negation of false, that's true. the negation of false, that's true, negation of false, that's true, and the negation of false, that's true. So these are now the values for this column, the not P. Then for this column, the negation of R from column R. So we have the negation of true, that's false, the negation of false, that's true, negation of true, that's false, negation of false, that's true, this is false, this is true, negation of true, that's false, and the negation of false, that's true. So these are now the values for this column, the column not R. Then this time, for this column, to find the values, so from negation of R and Q, and observe the connector is conjunction, and for conjunction, if there is false, then the truth value is false. So we have true and false, there is false. So the truth value is false. Then true and true, so all true, this is true. False, so there is false, so the truth value is false. Then we have false, so there is false, the truth value is false. Then this is true and false, so there is false, the truth value is false. Then true and true, so all true, the truth value is true. Then we have false, so there is false, the truth value is false. Then false, there is false, so the truth value is false. So these are now the values for this column. Then for this column, the negation of not R and Q. So for the negation, so the negation of false, that's true. The negation of true, that's false. The negation of false, that's true. The negation of false, that's true. The negation of false, that's true. Then the negation of true, that's false. The negation of false, that's true. And the negation of false, that's true. So these are now the values for this column. Then the last one, the given, and observe from the given, the not P, arrow to the negation of not R and Q. So arrow to this column. So we have not P, arrow to this column. And take note that for conditional or implication, only true arrow to false is false. So we have false arrow to true. This one is true because only true arrow to false is false. Then this false arrow to false, this one is true. False arrow to true, this one is true. False arrow to true, this one is also true. Then true arrow to true, this is true. Then true arrow to false, observe, true arrow to false, that's false. Then this is true arrow to true, this is true. And true arrow to true, this is true. So these are now the values for the last column. Then this time, observe that in the last column, it's a combination of true and false. Therefore, this table is a contingency, and if the last column all true, it's a tautology, and if the last column all false, it's a contradiction. So since for this table, a combination of true and false, then this table is a contingency.